Hey guys, I'm going to do a video for you today. I know it's super late. It is Friday night at like 9-ish. But today I have for you just an updated bathing bucket tour. I'm sorry if you hear any background noise. My brother's here and a couple of my parents' friends' kids because they went out tonight to go listen to a band. So it's just us kids here. So yeah. But before I get into this, let me just do a feature, and I apologize in advance for butchering your name. I know you told me, the person who I'm featuring, told me how to pronounce her name, and I'm not sure if I quite remember. But who I'm featuring today is, I believe it's Millie, and she asked me to feature her Ask account, and it's Born to be an Equestrian, and I'll put the username somewhere. And then a little bit about her is that she rides English and has a thoroughbred or an OTTB, an off-track thoroughbred named Kez, and Kez is her mom's horse. So yeah, make sure you go check out her account. She's always been super sweet to me, and I've pretty much followed her ever since I've had Ask. But yeah. Okay, so here is my bathing bucket. Not much has really changed except I've upgraded the size to a regular full-size Fortiflex flat back bucket instead of just like the 4-quart one or 2, I don't know, the 4-quart I believe. But yeah, it's just this green Fortiflex flat back bucket. I need to stop talking. Okay, so I'm just going to start pulling things out. So the first thing I have in here is just this purple plastic sweat scraper. I'm not sure what brand this is. I'm pretty sure it was Roma at one point, but it just looks like this. And this is just one kind of sweat scraper that you can get. I use this a lot on Spinner because he has more crevices because he's a little more muscular and more like thin, lean built. So this just gets in the crevices more. And I can't find my other squeegee, but it's just like it has a handle and it has like this rainbow looking shape to it and then has like a rubber squeegee part on it. But I brought this out of the basement today to do this video and I can't find it. Oh, my charger. Anyway, next thing I have in here, and this was in my last mini tack haul, is just these MTG products. I'm not quite sure I want to put them yet. I'm probably just going to put them in the trailer with this bucket. But there's just the No Rinse shampoo, High Shine shampoo, Magic Sheet hair polish, and the MTG. So I just stuck this in there because it kind of goes with the bathing scheme. The next thing I have in here is this Excalibur sheath cleaner. We don't have the vet clean our horses' sheaths because they're always pretty good about it, and what's the sense in having a vet come out paying them to do it when you can do it yourself? I'm not sure how much this is. My mom got it really on sale somewhere, so I'm not sure where she got it, but I highly recommend this stuff. Next thing I have in here is just this very, very old bottle of Shoshin. I only use this for baths because my horses don't really show anymore. So after I bathe them and get their manes and tails all clean and untangled, I put this through it and it makes it shine really well and it makes them nice and soft and flowy, I guess. This stuff tends to be pretty expensive, but I highly, highly recommend this stuff. It's so good. I also recommend Cowboy Magic, which is really good too. That's just Shoshin. Next thing I have in here is this mane and tail and body shampoo. This stuff smells so good, you guys have no idea. I've had this bottle for years because, I don't know, just because. I'm not supposed to bathe your horses that often, and these are all really dirty, for obvious reasons. I mean, they go on dirty horses, so, yeah. So, recommend this stuff. Next thing I have in here goes along with the shampoo. It's just the mane and tail conditioner. I only use this in their manes and tails only because you really don't need to condition their body, and that just takes a really long time because horses take forever to rinse. This helps with their manes and tails really nicely. Next thing I have in here is also an older bottle. I've had this for several years now, but this is just this Quicksilver, and this is by Exhibitors. It's the color intensifying and shampoo for light horses, color safe. And it's you're probably not going to be able to see it, but it's purple. Now the funny thing with this is if you leave it in too long, you use it on your horse's white areas, and like you rub it in really well, and then you rinse it off within a couple of minutes. But if you leave too much of the purple on without scrubbing it in, it will actually stain your horse. So you gotta be careful of this, but I highly recommend it. It works so well. One thing I don't have in here is my Green Clean horse spot remover. That's in the trailer. Next thing I have in here are just this random pair of scissors. I don't know why I have scissors in my bathing bucket, but I do, and they're just super rusty and cheap, and they don't work that well, but oh well. It's always good to have a pair of scissors. Next thing I have in here is something I never use, is this really dirty old rubber black curry. I really only ever use this when I bathe the horses in the spring. It just gets all the hair out. I don't know what brand this is, it's super old and gross. But yeah, they're always good to have. Next thing I have in here is my, what is supposed to be a baby blue jelly scrubber. It's just super, super dirty and it's turned white. But this has the coarse side and this is the fine side. I usually use this on their barrel, their back, and mostly their hindquarters. And then I use this fine side on their legs and their neck. Highly recommend a jelly scrubber as long as you don't get the stiff ones. Oh, I forgot this. Next thing in the way of liquids I have in here is this Mane and Tail Protect. It's like a medicated shampoo. Spinner started to get a little bit of rain rot in the fall on his butt, so I just bathed him with this when the weather was still warm and they went away immediately. I'm sure this would it helps with rain rot, girth itch, ringworm, and fungus and bacteria. So this is really good for anything. This is just a little sample bottle that I got with something quite a while ago. Next thing is this really filthy, dirty, I don't know if you can see the hairs, is this Roma Mane and Tail brush. This was at one point light and dark pink. The bristles are pretty terrible on this. Like, can you see that? It's really bad. But I highly recommend these by Roma, or the Oster ones are the same. The Roma is the cheaper alternative, but they work just as well. But I love this. I have a couple more of these and I just highly recommend them. They work so well. Next thing I have in here is this blue curry. What's cool about this is you can hook it up to the hose and it has these holes in here. So this is generally how I get my horses wet because it spreads it more easily. And you can like get into their long hairs in the spring or fall. I don't know how much that was. And the last and final thing I have in here is what I hadn't used when I had done my last video, is just this massage mitt type deal. And it just has these bristles on this side and these hard nubs on this side. I would only use this on my other horses. Spinner wouldn't like that so much, but this works really well for getting into the grimy dirt on their butt and their back, and where they tend to grind it in their withers. I wish I knew what brand this was or where my grandpa got it, because it works super well, but I don't know any of that information. But I think that's it for this video, guys. I'm not going to put that stuff back in there just for time's sake, and that doesn't go in there. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for next week's video. Thank you!